Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. Oh yes, today is a very exciting day because I'm back at one of my favourite theme parks in Europe. That's right, I'm here at Disneyland Paris, and today I'm with my girlfriend Jess. We've been staying in Paris for the last few days and we thought it would be rude if we didn't pop into Disneyland today. We are here all day hitting up both the parks, the studio parks and the main park. You were actually here really recently, weren't you?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. We're doing it all again.
You can't get enough. But yeah, we're going to be spending all day here, getting back on some of my favourite rides. The Tower of Terror, Ratatouille in this park, and of course, Hyperspace Mountain, Phantom Manor as well. I haven't been on that in years in the main Disneyland park, but I believe the queues are going to be very short, aren't they?
Yeah, we've been checking the past couple days. It's been a good 5-minute queue.
We've been researching, and oh yes, I think we're going to be getting on plenty of rides today. So yeah, let's head straight in to the Studios park. Let's go. So we've made our way into Toy Story Playland for our first ride of the day on RC Racer. Oh yes, there she is. And we were originally planning on heading straight to Crush, but it's currently got an hour queue, so I think we're going to leave that until a little bit later. That seems to be the only ride here at Disney that seems to really pick up a queue, and I guess that's just due to the fact that it's not got the best throughputs. But yeah, we're heading on our first ride, RC Racer. Not one of my favourite rides here, but it's one of those rides that, again, doesn't have the best throughput, so we're just getting on it early whilst we can. You excited? Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Beautiful ride this. You get a nice bit of airtime at the top of these hills, so hopefully we'll be sitting at the very back of the train. But I'm just gassed to be getting back on a Disney ride. Look at this queue. It's got to be one of the coolest queue lines. But yeah, very excited to jump into RC Racer. Let's do it. Oh yes, so we've just had our first ride of the day on RC Racer. It was brilliant, but I have to say I'm glad we didn't queue too long for it. Like, the cycle just isn't the best, is it? And I understand it because the queues get so long here. They can't just keep sending you back and forth, but I think we literally peaked
4 times.
Once, we went 4 times. It's a great ride, but I'm glad we've got it out of the way. We hardly queued for it. You like it though, don't you?
I like it. I know you say it's a crap throughput, but like, it's a great ride.
It's a fun ride, but yeah, as I say, I'm glad we've got it out of the way with. We can now go and get on the proper rides here at the studios, the likes of Ratatouille and Tower of Terror. But yeah, first ride of the day ticked off. It's just great to get back on a roller coaster that's not in England again. Yeah, you got your popcorn as well?
Yeah.
Oh yes. So we've just come off of Ratatouille there. I actually think that is one of the sickest rides. I absolutely love it. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did.
Now, of course, when we went to Efteling, we obviously had a ride on Symbolica, which was your first trackless dark ride system. And I've always said I prefer Ratatouille, which is quite a controversial opinion, I know. Which do you prefer though, Jess, now that you've been on Ratatouille?
No. Like, I like the Ratatouille better in the sense that it's better themed and stuff, and I actually knew what the hell was going on. But like Symbolica, like, I felt like Ratatouille was missing the buttons. I just wanted to choose where I was going.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just wanted to choose. I felt like I needed to.
Symbolica is of course very interactive, but I feel like you might have just offended a lot of Dutch viewers by saying this is more themed. Like, Symbolica is insanely themed, but there's just something about Ratatouille that I personally love. But I love the story that it kind of tells you, and obviously over in Orlando, they've just had their Ratatouille ride open after many, many years. I haven't actually watched any POVs yet, but of course, this is kind of the original that the Orlando one is based off of. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eventually getting over there to ride that one. But yeah, I just love this ride. It's such a cool ride system, and the theming is just incredible. It feels like we're in Paris again, doesn't it? It's so cool. But yeah, really, really enjoyable ride. Definitely one of my favorites here in not only the studios, but all of Disneyland Paris. Next up, we're heading onto Cars Road Trip, which is of course what used to be known as the Tram Tours, which is literally like my childhood ride. My mum used to take me and my brother on it, and the entrance used to be literally here, but we've now got this big old blue fence and with loads of concept art on it. And that is of course because the studios here are going through a massive transformation in which they're getting 3 brand new areas. We've got Avengers Campus over by where Rock and Roller Coaster used to be, and then we're getting a Star Wars land and Arendelle for Frozen. Which one are you most excited for?
Arendelle.
Arendelle for Frozen. I mean, this park really did need some new investment, and it's great to see that it's finally getting that. I mean, I think it was supposed to open fairly soon, but because of COVID and everything, I think it has been slightly delayed.
Yeah, they stopped the building while COVID.
Yeah, but there's definitely stuff going on the other side of this wall. Like from RC Racer, you can see like some cranes and stuff. So yeah, it's a really exciting sign, and loads of people are kind of stopping and looking at all of this concept art on these walls. So yeah, it's very exciting. But the Cars entrance has now been relocated. Where to? I don't actually know.
Like all the way through Toy Story Land, and then just keep walking, and we eventually hit it.
Well, we're gonna go and find it. But I know Tram Tours has been cut down massively, I think, because of it. So I don't know what to expect. Like they've messed with my childhood ride. But yeah, we're gonna head on to it because it's like a 5-minute queue. So we'll do that, and then we'll head back over and hopefully get on Tower of Terror. Don't get me wrong, I really like what they've done with like the entrance and new station, and yeah, it does feel a lot fresher than the studio tour did, but I don't know, the magic just didn't feel like it was there to me. Obviously they've had to reroute it all because of the construction work that's going on for the expansion of this park. But it just feels ridiculously short now.
It was very quick. You do like one little stunt piece and that's it.
Like, I don't know, there was just something about the studio tour, about how you kind of saw how they made movies, and Catastrophe Canyon made sense. Now it just felt like it was there. Let's put some Cars stuff in there and kind of re-theme it.
Yeah, and the rest of it you're kind of just looking at like random boards. It's not really looking at things.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed with that, to be honest, which is a shame because it always used to be like my childhood ride. Like there's pictures of me as like a really young lad sat in Catastrophe Canyon, like having my mind blown at all of the effects going on in there, because that is such an amazing scene. It really is, isn't it? But yeah, it's a shame that they've had to change it. Yeah, not so much a fan of that one, but hey ho, it is what it is, I guess. And if it allows for a more expansion around the park, then it's not the end of the world. Oh yes, now when we talk about quality attractions, that is very, very high up on my list. That was incredible. I absolutely love Tower of Terror. Did you enjoy that, Jess?
My favourite ride at Disney.
Your favourite ride? It's such a good ride, and honestly, that was my first time riding it with its new changes. Jess was telling me about this little girl that sung along to the da-da-da-da, and I was like, what little girl? They have changed that ride so much since I last rode it. From the moment you leave the kind of where you board the ride, there's new projection mapping, the corridors, like scenes are changed, and the drop sequence itself is so different to before. We were dropping for a long time, weren't we?
Ages. I remember it as like 1 drop,
Yeah.
2 drops, and you just kept dropping.
Wow, I would genuinely be upset because obviously over in Hollywood they've changed their version of Tower of Terror into Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And obviously with this park kind of going through its developments, Avengers Campus is literally being built there. I would genuinely be very upset if they ever messed with Tower of Terror and kind of changed it into like a Marvel IP or anything. Yeah, you might be wondering what all of this music's about. It's the parade, it looks like. Who have we got here?
It was Ratatouille coming through.
We
I saw the fork.
We got Chef Remy on his way through. Oh yes, it's such a nice day here today. So I've taken my jumper off and I've got this lovely retro Disney t-shirt on. But yeah, we're now making our way over to Disneyland Park, aren't we, Jess? What is that? Oh my god. What on earth was that?
I was attacked.
Oh dear. But yeah, we're now heading over to Disneyland Park, the main kind of park here at Disneyland Paris. But in terms of the COVID stuff here, when entering kind of the actual park, you go through a security and COVID test. So we showed our vaccination certificates, and that was about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But when you came recently, you mentioned they're doing testing within Disney Village.
Yeah, so if you go there and you don't have your test ready, then they just direct you straight to the testing centre, so you can get your barcode so you can come in.
And that's also for if you're getting the Eurostar back.
Yeah, it's all done in Disney Village. It's nice and easy.
Yeah, I would say if you are planning on a trip here, just make sure that you do plan everything. Make sure you've got the tests ready and you know what you're doing. Make sure you have your vaccination certificates out and ready. And yeah, it's not too bad at all, is it?
No, not at all.
But yeah, right now we're gonna head into the main Disneyland Park. Let's go. Oh yes, here we are in, I know this is a mad statement, one of my favourite areas in any theme park in the world. I know there's no rides on Main Street USA, but I absolutely love this area. There's just something about it which makes me so happy, like just seeing the castle down there. Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? And look who's over there, we got Goofy! And then we've got Daisy Duck over here. She's having a good time. But yeah, I cannot explain just how much this area means to me as a kid. Like, just seeing the castle for the first time, it just brings back all those memories. And unfortunately, the castle isn't looking in its best state at the moment. Have a look at that. It's currently made up of a load of boxes, basically, isn't it?
Stacking boxes.
I presume they're
Imagination.
I presume they're doing some work to it in preparation for the big 30th anniversary, which is coming up. But yeah, it's just nice to be back on this area. And once again, we got some of the shops going through a bit of a refurbishment. Oh yes, and you say the queues here are nice and short as well, Jess? You were just looking?
Yeah, last I checked, Hyperspace Mountain was on 5 minutes.
Oh yes, not complaining at all. We're now heading onto Hyperspace Mountain.
Sorry, he doesn't even register the fact of who won on Buzz. I'm sorry, who
We've
won?
just been on Buzz Lightyear, and yes, I did lose. Not even like a, oh cute, you'll let her win. I was genuinely going for it, guys. I love that ride, like that was another one of my childhood rides. My mum used to take me and my brother on that, and we'd literally compete to the death. I can't believe it, I've lost. I mean, I'm putting it down to the fact that you went on it literally a few weeks ago and I haven't done it in years. And she was Googling tactics before we got on, so we'll put it down to that. But yeah, we're now heading onto Hyperspace Mountain. Oh, I love this ride so much. Not as much as I love Mission 2. Obviously it's had a bit of a Star Wars overlay now, but yeah, we're gonna head onto Hyperspace Mountain. So we've just come off of Hyperspace Mountain. What do you think, Jess?
It was a a good ride.
Yeah.
Minus the stop, but we were all
You
good.
enjoyed that? I don't know. It's just not Mission 2, is it? Like, it's just missing that magic again. Like, you just seem to be going around a lot of darkness on Hyperspace Mountain. Don't get me wrong, it's a really fun ride, and it's very disorientating. But I don't know. It's just missing that Mission 2 madness. I really hope one day they bring back Mission 2 and get rid of this Star Wars overlay. As much as I love Star Wars, just Mission 2 is such a classy and just experience, whereas this just, I don't know, it's just not the one for me. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll be getting on that load because we literally walked right into the station, no queue at all. But yeah, Discoveryland at the moment is going through quite a lot of changes. As you can see, we've got green boards here where our Nautilus normally is. As you can see, we're refurbing this area for your future enjoyment, and also don't know if you can see it from here, but Orbitron also has a big green fence. So Discoveryland feels a little bit odd at the moment, to be honest, but it is what it is. You can still get on the likes of Hyperspace Mountain, Autopia and Buzz Lightyear, so it's not the end of the world. In fact, I think we're gonna go and maybe head on to Autopia now. You've never done it before, have you?
No.
Oh yeah. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm in charge of the pedal, as you can see down here. Oh no, it started off slow. So we just had a bit of lunch there, courtesy of the Tram Tours supermarket in Paris. We haven't got Disney money to splash out on the food here, so we did the classic meal deal, bought into the park. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's alright.
But yeah, we're now gonna get on a few more rides here in the main park before we then head back over to the studios, because the studios shut a little bit earlier, so we want to get back on Terra and on Crush and stuff. So yeah, I think we're heading over to It's a Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean now. But we're getting a close-up look of the castle, which is very funny at the moment. I mean, I appreciate the effort that they've obviously gone through to still make it as magical as an experience as possible, but you've got to laugh, haven't you? So we just had a ride there on both It's a Small World and the Pirates of the Caribbean. Both rides are really enjoyable, and I'm pretty sure both of those have had a load of refurbishments to them. It's a Small World. Did you enjoy?
Yeah, it was pretty cute. I liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's definitely some new animatronics in there, I think, that were moving a lot more fluently than they used to. And in Pirates of the Caribbean, there were loads of like new animatronics, new like little firefly things that were like flying around. Pirates of the Caribbean is another one of my childhood rides. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, really enjoyable. Should we go and head on to Indiana Jones next? I think even with 5-minute queues, we're going to give Indiana Jones a miss, to be honest. It's very rough on the head, isn't it? So we've just had a ride there on Crush's coaster, as well as another go on Tower of Terror. Now unfortunately, Tower of Terror actually broke down whilst we were in the queue, and they only opened one lift to keep it going. It was the one we'd already done, so we've now done that same ride cycle twice, and I haven't been on any of the other stories, so hopefully we'll be able to get back on it at least once more today, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, we've just been on Crush's coaster. Did you enjoy it, Jess?
Yeah, I really like the ride. I just don't know if the queue's worth it.
Yeah, it's one of those, it does move quite slow, and it's definitely one of the longest queues on park. Fun fact, this was actually one of the first roller coasters I ever went on. Myself, my mum and my brother just queued for it, thinking it was a nice little, like, look at all the fishies. We thought this was the most intense part of the ride. And my mum loves to tell the story of myself and my brother's faces when we got off. Apparently we were green, and it put my brother off roller coasters for pretty much life. So who knows, this very nearly made this channel non-existent. Like, if I'd have hated it anymore, then I wouldn't have carried on going to theme parks. But yeah, it was definitely a surprise the first time we did it, but yeah, it's a nice little ride, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
Great
enjoyable.
ride.
It's just a shame the queue is a slow mover. So we managed to literally walk straight onto Ratatouille there, didn't we?
That was great.
No queue at all, literally walked straight onto our rat, which we had to ourselves as well.
That was great.
So that was very cool. And then we managed to get back on Tower of Terror, the middle lift this time. So I obviously hadn't done it before and Jess hadn't done that lift either. And both of us agree that that was our favourite story that we've done. Jess has done all three now.
Yeah, that's my
And
favourite.
I've done
of all
two.
three.
And that was very cool. It was a lot more ghostly, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
There was
it was
like
very
whispers and
cool.
stuff. I
Yeah,
won't
it was
spoil
quite
it. But yeah, because Studios shuts a bit earlier than the main Disneyland park, we're going to head back over to the main park now to get back on some more rides. Big Thunder Mountain, Phantom Manor we still got to do. So Jess has just made us run on the side of Main Street because she hasn't seen this parade yet. Look at her. Who was that?
It was the princesses.
Yeah, we're now heading on to Phantom Manor. Now this ride went through an extensive refurbishment, which means I haven't been on this in so many years. It's one of those rides that actually does scare me a little bit. I don't really like ghosts and stuff. But no, I'm excited to get back on this and kind of see what's changed. You mentioned because of COVID, the pre-show's a little bit different now. You're kind of in pens or something.
Yeah, you go like in little pen things.
So yeah, we'll see what it's like, but I've been playing this on ride sims quite a lot recently, so I know the layout quite well, but I haven't actually been on it in a long time. So yes, excited to jump on, and then afterwards we'll be heading on the beautiful Big Thunder Mountain. Cannot wait for that one. So we just had our ride on Phantom Manor there. As Jess was saying about the pre-show, everyone is literally in pens around the edge of the room.
Oh, except for us.
Except for one group who is right in the middle, and it feels like everyone's staring at you.
Very awkward.
But in that dark room, I looked over and our friend Claire was just stood there. So it was nice to see Claire, big shout out to her. But yeah, Phantom Manor, it was nice to get back on it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good ride.
But I have to say, I'm more excited now to get on Big Thunder Mountain. I keep talking about my childhood rides, and this very much sits up there as one of my top favourite rides. It's on a 20-minute queue as well, which is weirdly one of the longest queues we will have queued today, but I'm not complaining at all with a 20-minute queue for Big Thunder. And what's your top tip, Jess?
Always take the left lane,
Always take the left. Why is that?
because the right one meets the fast track queue, so it doubles.
Yeah, but we were talking to Claire as well about this new fast track system that's been put into place here at Disney. Because you used to be able to get free fast track, but not anymore. But now that they've got rid of that, she was saying this line especially just moves so quick because they don't have to kind of let the fast track people cut in. So yeah, it should be a nice and quick one. Oh, is this where we choose?
Where we choose.
And we're going left. So we've just had a ride there on Big Thunder Mountain. Just look at how gorgeous this view is. In the sunset, it just looks absolutely incredible. I remember when me and Kieran came a good few years back, it had snowed and it looked just as good as it does now. But do you enjoy that, Jess?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I love that ride, as I said. I remember when we did the one over in Florida, it was like our last ride of our Disney trip. And the fireworks are going off, and on this, as we came to the top, the sunset was happening. It's just like a perfect moment ride. I really enjoy it. And just look at that, look at that. It just looks incredible, doesn't it? Like, you don't get this stuff anywhere else in the world.
I was right, it was a shorter queue.
Yeah, and the left queue was a lot shorter, it seemed.
Yeah, we didn't do a 20-minute wait like you said.
Literally like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyed that ride on Big Thunder Mountain there. Oh yes, he did it. He got the win on Buzz Lightyear. Easy, easy. And yeah, we're now heading for a ride, a sunset ride, may I say, on Hyperspace Mountain. I know it's an indoor ride, so it's not even really a sunset ride, but the view you get as you launch up this cannon here is absolutely gorgeous. If you look over to the left, you see the entire park. Oh yes, and Jess has got herself some popcorn as well. Oh yes, enjoying that. So yeah, let's go for a ride on Hyperspace Mountain. So we had a ride there on Hyperspace Mountain again, beautiful as always, and we just had a boat to ourselves on Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a little bit eerie, to be honest.
It wasn't just a boat to ourselves, they were like, it was empty everywhere.
We had the whole ride to ourselves, basically. But yeah, that brings us to the end of our day today here at Disneyland Paris. I feel like this is the darkest I've ended the vlog in absolutely ages, but that is a good sign that Halloween is on its way. Oh yes. Have you had a good day today though, Jess?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Oh yes. What's been your personal highlight?
I got to see the princesses.
The princesses?
And I got to meet Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, good old Winnie. Yeah, for me it was definitely, I think, that third ride on Tower of Terror in that middle lift. Oh, it was good. But yeah, it's just been fantastic to get back to Disneyland. It's such a gorgeous park. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Jess. This is our first ever Disney trip together, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's lovely. I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come in the future. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. And otherwise, my name has been Jack Silkstone. Goodbye.